Hello everyone, I would like to present my mini survey which is called Detection, Repair and Deployment in Software Security. So I'd like to start straight away with the first paper which is called Using Real-World Bug Bounty Programs in Secure Coding course. So in here the author says that there's a shortage of ethical hacking professionals and the current cybersecurity education that we have, it lacks this practical and real-world application. So what they offer is called Real-World Bug Bounty Program, and they integrate it into their secure coding course. In here, the students were given assignments which ask them to find vulnerabilities in actual real-world programs. And the result of this was actually very positive. The authors found that the students improved their skills and cybersecurity awareness, and students were able to find and report, real vulnerabilities, which also benefited the security of these actual real products that were being tested. Next, we have an empirical study on fingerprint API misuse, focusing on Android apps. In here, the author says that the Android's fingerprint authentication API, they believe that it's being misused, wildly misused, and they go on and study this issue and they research this issue. So they define some threat models, they categorize some misuses, and the results were that, so they analyzed over 1,000 apps and they found that 97% were vulnerable to at least one type of misuse. And these flows, they could lead to unauthorized data access, account compromise, and also financial loss, because a lot of banking apps use this fingerprint feature. Next, we have AutoPatch, automated generation of hot patches. So what the authors say here is that updating these mission-critical embedded devices is difficult, right? Because they can't be stopped or rebooted, and so they must be updated while they're running. And there is a solution to that. Right now, it's called hot patching, which is just patching without rebooting. But the authors say that it's not very efficient because it requires specialized hardware, specialized virtual machines, and it just adds overhead. So what they propose is called AutoPatch, and this tool automatically takes a patch and it automatically generates a hot patch from it. It does it all automatically without requiring any special hardware or any virtual machines. And the results they found out were that it fixed over 90% of the common vulnerabilities and exposures, and it was also very fast. And it had 23% lower memory overhead than Rapid Patch, which is a state-of-the-art hot patching tool. Next, we have APatch, automated adaptive prompting. So here, the author says that manually patching software vulnerabilities, it's a slow and expensive process. And the current automated tools, they require test inputs or they require exploits which don't exist for zero-day vulnerabilities, or they need large labeled data sets for model training. And they propose a tool called APatch, which uses LLMs to generate patches, and it doesn't need any inputs or model fine-tuning. So the way it works is it first uses semantics-aware scoping to identify the small snippets of code, and then it uses dynamic prompting to guide the LLM to reason and generate the patch, right? Generate the quality patch. The results of this tool, APatch, it was tested on 97 zero-day vulnerabilities and 20 existing ones, and it was found to be very effective. It outperformed both existing LLM strategies and the existing non-LLM patching tools. Continuing on this topic of LLMs, here in the last paper, the author says that the vast majority of the cryptographic vulnerabilities, they come from developers misusing the API, and not necessarily from the flaws of the crypto algorithms themselves, which is what we've discussed in our first lessons. Right, and what they say is that these traditional static analysis tools that we have, they think they are kinda not very efficient, and they believe that LLMs could actually do a better job at finding these vulnerabilities in code. Right. So what they do is they take 4 LLMs. They took GPT, Llama, Claude, and Gemini, and they took 3 static tools, CryptoGuard, CogniCrypt, and SneakCode, and they compared to see which one did better, basically. And the result was that LLMs pretty much outperformed in every regard. The only kind of a trade-off was that GPT would sometimes give false positives. It would kind of try to give advice, even though there was nothing wrong. But it should be noted that it was GPT-4, and now we have GPT-5, so it might not even be an issue right now or in the near future. So to conclude I would like to just share quickly my personal opinion. And yeah, we saw that in these papers, they didn't really propose anything kind of extraordinary or revolutionary, but what they offered was nevertheless, it was very useful and practical for the advancement of software security. Thank you.